Welcome to More Than Mindset, the only podcast that bridges the gap between spirituality and success. Go beyond the mind with clarity and confidence coach Kim Guillory and learn how to integrate your passion to serve with your skills and experience to create a business you love. Let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to the show. So excited to be by myself today. I've done quite a few interviews and they've been really fun. I thought it was time to pop in and do a little solo show. So today I'm going to talk about what we are doing in Self-Healing Masters. And I want to introduce you to one of the tools that we use. It's actually the backbone to creating change, especially when it comes to transforming old habits and behaviors. So if we want to create something new and different in our life, you have to become someone who thinks new and differently. Does that make sense? So you can't just, I'm going to now become this person that I've always envisioned and I've always dreamed about and I always thought was possible if you've spent the last 40, 50, 60 years not being that person, right? So it is a practice, like attaining the goals that you want to achieve, becoming the person that you want to be, creating these new experiences that you want to be a part of. This is going to require a new identity because the identity that you are now is creating the life that you have now. So I'm going to talk about the 4 things. It's 4 steps that you can do every single day to change the habits and behaviors in order to become the new identity. So this is a daily practice. Most important thing I can say to you, it is a daily practice and your mind is not going to want to do it. That's pretty much guaranteed. This is one of the big goals that we set in Self-Healing Masters is to complete this 28-day journal. It doesn't matter what the goal is. You could pick anything. I would suggest starting with just changing one little habit, just one. What is one thing that you do and probably beat yourself up about? Just that one thing. Maybe it's not putting your clothes away after you fold them, right? It could just be one simple little thing. Maybe it's talking yourself out of exercise. Maybe it's cheating on yourself and having that evening snack. Maybe it's, you get my point, right? What is this one thing that you continue to do that you really don't want to do anymore? I want you just to think of that one thing. That's what you're going to focus on. And I'm going to give you the exact 4 steps in order to change this habit, create a new one, and solidify it. So it is a 28-day process. This is coming from my trainings as a coach, as a massage therapist, a mind-body coach, and workers. Like the process is all of the things that I have brought together for integrative healing in the work that I do and train coaches in. This is the core of change. This is everything behind that. It's going to sound really, really simple. And you're going to think that's a no-brainer. I already do that. But here's the thing. I bet you don't do it the way I'm going to show you how to do it. So you ready? Let's get started. I'm going to start with giving you an example. So this is how I'm using this process in my own life. It's called JAMM. JAMM. Yep, double M. And you just need to commit to jamming out every day. So here's an example for you. I am wanting to become a different identity. So I want to become this active woman who dies naturally. What does that mean? Possibly die in my sleep, right? I just die of old age. I die healthy, well, feeling good, and living life to the very last minute. Okay. So as I said that, I started really doing an assessment. I started collecting data on myself, right? So what could I assess, how was I feeling? Where's my energy level? Where's my health level? You take one area out of there, and that's what I did. I picked the physical component. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I assessed myself, so it's like, this is part of that collecting data. And the information that I collected, I journaled about this and I wrote it. I scored about a 6 in my eyes. Now, it might not be true. It might be closer to an 8, but according to the way that I want to feel and I want to look and I want to experience life in my physical body, for me was below average. And I selected the 6. And then I asked myself the question, what do I want? What am I doing to get it? Is it working? And what will I do differently? And so, what do I want? I just told you. What am I doing to get it? Not everything that is leading me towards it. Let me just tell you that. I'll tell you a little bit of my secrets. I am not doing all that I can do to attain that goal. So I had to be really honest with myself. And when I asked the question, is it working? I answered no. And the next question is, what will you do differently? And for me, it was becoming the woman who gets up and moves her body every single morning, nourishes herself with healthy food, quenches her thirst for life, for life force by drinking more water, having deeper, more meaningful conversations. These are things that I could do differently. And even though it doesn't sound like the relationship piece works in this, it really does, because I see it as the deep, meaningful conversation and relationship with myself, the most important relationship for any of us. That's you included, not just me. It's all of us. The most important relationships that we could nourish. Number 1, the relationship with ourselves, how we relate to ourselves. How do we talk to ourselves? Do you put yourself down or do you lift yourself up? Do you love on yourself or do you dog yourself? What are the things going on in your inner dialogue? So this is the assessment that I did. So I was not talking kindly to myself. I was actually judging and comparing myself, my age, my body type, all of those things. So I wrote all this down, and this was the work that I would start for my own personal journey. And so I came up with this way to do it that was really simple, practical, and it applied no matter what change you want to create in your life. So through that process, through that work, I came up with this idea that I would become a hiker. Like, I'm talking backpack, hike through, like the real deal. And that is the vision that I needed in order to start taking the next step. Okay. So that's what I did. First, I made a decision. I chose. And then I committed to the vision to be the woman who loves her body, her life. She's active. She's committed. She's courageous and bold. She is confident in her ability to be healthy, to be vibrant and alive. Okay. So once I did that, write all this down. Here's where the JAMM came in. I journaled. Now listen, I'm not talking about writing beautiful poetry. I'm talking about brain dumping, like a mental download. You don't want to protect this. In other words, it should feel like very worrisome that anyone would find this because you sound like a spoiled brat. That's how you'll know you're doing it right. So the journaling is taking the subconscious and unconscious thoughts and allowing them to come through the pen onto the paper so that you can be in awareness of them. So the dumping looks like using a journal prompt, sort of, maybe you talk to God. That's how I started off journaling. Dear Lord, oh Jesus, oh my God, oh Lord, please help me. That's literally how I started journaling. That's just the person that I've always talked to. It was always the Holy Spirit, God, Jesus. Growing up by myself, that's the dialogue that I would use. That's the adult I knew to talk to. And so I still use that as journal prompts. And so you just kind of start off by saying whatever comes to mind. Today, I feel like crap. I can't believe I'm still fat. I hate the way this feels. I know, guys, it sounds very negative, but listen, stay with me here. Want you to write it unfiltered. And if that is what you're thinking that particular day, I want you to have the courage to write it on paper. Because here's the thing, it has way more power spinning around in your head, repressed and suppressed, unconsciously creating damage than it does if you put it on that paper, than it does if you say it to a coach or someone who can hold the space for it. I promise you this works. But we have been taught to only be happy, only say nice things, don't talk negatively. And what happens is we have all of this unconscious story, this dialogue that we tell ourselves running through our brain all day long. So do yourself a favor and put all the ugly crap on the paper so that you can get it out of your body. So you're going to journal every single morning. Get a timer, set it for 10 minutes to start, and use the prompt. How I feel today is, and what I really want, and I sure wish that, any of those, that's 3 prompts that I just gave you. You can use any of those. Like if anybody would read my journals, I would be in so much trouble. Like they're all burnt now, but the journals from the past were like, hope those bitches suffer. Like it was not nice. But honestly, it was being like truthful to myself. It was being honest because that's actually what I was thinking. And I was pretending that I wasn't thinking that. I was trying to play nice and people pleaser and kind and godlike, where I wouldn't possibly say anything like that because that would make me look like a terrible person. Any of that stuff, guys. I want you just to write unfiltered. Doesn't need to have anything pretty. It doesn't need to be neat. It doesn't need to make sense. You just need to write. So set your timer for 10 minutes, give it a go. And if you can go longer than that, by all means, go longer than that. But I want you to think of it like taking a dump. Like literally, you drink your coffee and you take a dump in the morning and your body eliminates all the waste product. Well, we want to do that with your brain. We want to do that with what's going on in your mind. All of that stuff that's in your head, get it on paper, get it out your body, and then we're going to move to the next step. So once you've done your download, then you're going to take note. You're going to detect what are the things that are coming up that are working against you. And so by me saying, I can't believe how fat I am. You're so disgusting. I can't believe you didn't lose weight yet. There you go, blowing it again, right? Any of that stuff you want to take a look at. Like now that you recognize it, you want to be aware of it. Like, oh my God, I would beat the crap out of you if you were talking to my friend that way. Or can you imagine someone saying that to your child on the subway? Or can you imagine someone telling your friend that in school? You would want to beat the snot out of them, right? Yet we walk around all day saying it to ourselves and hiding it and pretending like we're not. So crazy. So your second step is affirmations. So first you're going to download and then you're going to take note of what's the unconscious dialogue that's actually hurting you. And then you're going to turn it around with an affirmation. So in other words, this is what you're thinking. What do you want to think that is in alignment with what you want to create? I am an amazing, courageous, healthy, joyful woman. I am a woman who gets up and moves her body every single day. I love who I am. I am a person who does as I say I will do. I am committed. Anything like that. You see how I turn the dialogue around? But here's the thing. When you try to take a negative thought and just turn it into a positive thought without doing the uncover process, without doing that middle spot, like the dumping, then you're actually just bypassing. You're just trading one thought for another, but you don't actually have the awareness. And so here is the secret to conscious creating. This is the law of attraction in action. Journal, so that you can download and dump all of the mental stuff going on. And then you want to take note of the negativity and ask, does this align with what I want? Is this serving me? And then it's like, okay, if it's not, what would serve me? What could I say instead? And whatever you come up with, whatever that mantra is, or that new affirmation, however you want to call it, you will hold on to that and repeat it over and over again. And then you're going to take it into meditation. So you can be in a silent meditation, and you like say it is, I am courageous and confident. Then in my meditation, I would use the mantra, I am courageous and confident. I am courageous and confident. I am courageous and confident. I would just be silently repeating this. I'm hypnotizing myself, right? I'm creating this new download, this new dialogue that's actually going to work for me. The mind learns through repetition. So repeating it over and over and over. And then you may notice while you're in meditation, you may lose the mantra. And you'll notice that you're thinking, and then you'll just be like, oh, thinking, and you'll do this kindly. You will not judge yourself. Where's the mantra? And just say the word mantra. Allow the mantra to come back to you. I am courageous and confident. I am courageous and confident. I am courageous and confident, whatever it is. So a mantra is just a word or a sentence to keep the mind occupied while you're in presence, while you are the witness, the watcher, the experiencer. And so meditation is just dropping into the body. You're not trying to go into the bliss. You're not trying to go to nirvana or to the heavens. You're actually practicing being present. That's what meditation is. And then the mantra helps you slip into this state of calm and ease and nothingness. That is where the bliss is. And this is available inside of you. You don't have to go to the Himalayas. You don't have to go to the top of the volcanoes or wherever it is. You just have to go inside of yourself. So you'll use the affirmation, that's step 2, in the meditation, that's step 3. So journal, affirmation, meditation. You're going to do the meditation at least 10 minutes. Okay. So you can go 10 minutes to an hour. It's up to you, but you want to start with 10 minutes of dumping. And then you find the affirmation, and then you do 10 minutes of meditation. So this is only like 20 minutes so far. And then the last step is movement. You want to move your body. Now listen, you can do all of these at the same time. So you can actually download, detect the negativity or the inner dialogue that doesn't serve you, find the mantra or the affirmation, take that, go for a walk. So you could do a walking meditation where you're walking one foot in front of the other and you're silently repeating the mantra as you're walking or riding the bike. I am courageous and confident. I am courageous and confident. I am courageous and confident. And you're just taking steps, taking steps, taking steps. And you can do that for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever serves you. The point is to continue repeating the affirmation once you've detected the negativity that you no longer want. So what you're doing is you're identifying, and then you're pulling the plug, you're pulling out the root that's creating the suffering. First, you have to detect it. So that's where the dumping comes in. And then once you see it, you're going to navigate, you're going to change it, you're going to pivot. It's like, that's what I used to think. That's not me anymore. I am a healthy woman who moves my body and loves myself. Okay. So that's the navigating into this new way of being. And it comes through these simple 4 steps. And if you jam out every single day for 28 days, I guarantee you will change habits and behavior. 100%, I guarantee you. But you have to do it for the whole 28 days because the mind learns through repetition. And here's the thing. You've been cheating on yourself most of your life, and you haven't been committed to what you've chosen, and you haven't been cultivating it as if you've already created it. So you want to create this, first of all, system, a new habit, new behaviors, and you want to commit to yourself. And you're like, I'm going to do this every single day for 28 days. Kim, I am in. Come into the group, come into Self-Healing Masters. We actually have, you can get one-on-one coaching every single week. You can get group coaching with me. We have mentors and helpers to support your success journey. So you have the journal. You can download the journal or you can get it in print version, and then you do the work. And when you feel yourself falling off the wagon or falling into negativity, then you have somebody you can reach out to. You can post in the community. You can tag me. You can tag the mentors. You have so much support here. But here's the thing, guys. First of all, you have to commit to yourself. So make the decision today. Choose to believe in yourself. Choose to believe in a higher version of your life. Just let that drop into your body. Let it drop through your heart into your belly. I am. And then you finish the sentence. I am. I want. I can. And let that drop into your body. And then get to work. I promise you, you can get this done in 30 minutes. If you just set a timer, you could do 10 minutes of journaling, grab your affirmation, go for a walk for 20 minutes, and then you can do your meditation and your movement all at the same time. Here's the thing, you want to move your body. So while you're doing this process, movement is what gets the old energy unstuck from inside your body. And so it's like feelings buried alive never die. They are lodged in your system. They are in the cells, in the tissue, in the muscles, in the bones, like they're in the fascia. It's locked in your body. And so you want to move, go dancing, go for a walk, get on a bike, go for a hike. There's so many things you can do to move your body. You can do yoga. You can roll around on the floor. Just move and allow these old stagnant emotions to leave the vicinity. So, you know how I talk about in meditation, your mind is going to think. That's what the mind does. Your body is going to emote. That's what the body does. Emotion, feelings pass through. So you want to get rid of this old residue. The residue is the stories that are living in the tissues of the body that are lying dormant. And because we just don't move the way we used to, we don't play, we don't laugh from the belly, like we need to feel our belly jiggle, right? Get moving, get dancing, go for walks, get out in nature, whatever it takes. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. That is JAMM. That's the 4 steps: journal, affirmation, meditation, movement. Super simple. You can just wake up 30 minutes early and get it done. Let us know if you committed and what the benefits have been for you and what are your challenges. And I invite you to come into Self-Healing Masters, where we are doing this work. It's all about mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual wellness using the punchline approach, a very simple, practical, applicable process. It is the framework for creating. It is the law of attraction in action, and it is the how to transform, how to change habits and behavior, how to create a new identity, how to reframe the inner dialogue, and also how to bring the nervous system on board without shocking your body so that you don't go into fight, flight, freeze, and freak mode. This is a very gentle, step-by-step process that anyone can do, and it will change your life and your world. So the way you experience the world around you will also change when you change, because the work is inside of each and every one of us. All right, that's what I have for you this week. Get going, guys. Let's go jamming.
Thanks for listening to this episode of More Than Mindset.